Hey, Juan Luis, we know, things might be feeling kind of heavy for you right now, and we want you to know we're right there with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's tough out there, especially when it comes to creative work, The pressure's on, expectations are high, and it's just so easy to feel like you're burning the candle at both ends.
Oh, yeah,
And that feeling, Juan Luis, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
that's right.
Musician burnout. We're going to explore some real-life stories about how some pretty big-name musicians like Grimes, Santigold, Damon Albarn, and Liz Phair have navigated this tricky terrain, along with a hypothetical example of a struggling indie artist.
I think that's a great selection of artists, too, because they all come from very different places and have had very different experiences.
Definitely, and that's what we want to show you. Juan Luis, you're not alone in this, okay? Even artists who seem to have it all figured out have faced these same challenges.
Exactly.
They've felt the pressure, the exhaustion, the doubt, and yet they found ways to keep going, to keep creating, and to protect their passion.
To persevere.
Okay, Juan Luis, let's unpack this, all right?
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that pull, between the excitement of creating and the weight of just everything that comes with it?
It's a tough balance.
It really is.
Yeah.
Let's start with Grimes.
Okay.
Early in her career, she was a one-woman show.
Oh, yeah.
She wrote, produced, recorded, even managed her entire online presence.
Wow.
She was a total DIY warrior.
Total control, huh?
And you know what's fascinating here, Juan Luis, is how Grimes' story really shows us that even though going DIY can be so liberating at first, it can also turn into its own kind of pressure cooker.
Oh, for sure.
As she got more and more successful, the responsibility for every single detail started to feel overwhelming.
I can only imagine.
She was juggling so much,
Juan Luis.
constantly innovating, coming up with new sounds, dealing with industry expectations, and on top of all that, she's a self-proclaimed perfectionist.
Right.
You can imagine the internal pressure she must have felt.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's something we really want you to take to heart, Juan Luis. It's okay to ask for help.
Yeah.
Grimes actually found that building a team and learning to delegate tasks was a huge turning point.
That makes a lot of sense.
Instead of trying to be a superhero, she started focusing on what she loved most, the heart of her creative process, and let others handle the rest.
Right, play to your strengths.
It's like recognizing that you don't have to be superhuman, Juan Luis.
Yeah.
You can be amazing by focusing on your strengths and letting others support you in areas where you might need a little help.
100%.
Now let's switch gears a little bit and talk about Santigold,
Oh, love her.
an artist known for her fiercely independent style. Santigold's story, Juan Luis, shows us what it's like to constantly battle for your creative vision within a system that often pushes conformity.
Oh, it's the worst.
Think about it, Juan Luis, trying to stay true to yourself while everyone is telling you what you should be doing.
Yeah, that's gotta be hard.
It can be so draining, Juan Luis. Santigold talked about feeling pressured to make music that would fit into a certain mold, to compromise her vision in order to please the industry.
Great.
It was a constant tug of war between her artistic integrity and the demands of the machine.
Yeah, the machine.
And it wasn't just the music itself, Juan Luis.
Right.
It was the constant promotion, the tours, the interviews, all the things that can take you further and further away from the joy of creating.
It can feel very inauthentic.
Santigold realized she needed to hit the pause button and reclaim her creative space.
Good for her.
Taking breaks, Juan Luis, is something we really want to emphasize for you.
Yes.
Sometimes stepping away, even for a little while, allows you to come back with a fresh perspective and a renewed sense of purpose.
It's like hitting the reset button.
And that's what Santigold did.
Yeah.
She reconnected with the meaning and the purpose behind her music.
Love that.
And that's what allowed her to keep going.
It can be so powerful to just step back,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really can.
Juan Luis, what's striking about Santigold's story is that it reminds us that success doesn't always equal happiness.
So true.
Sometimes achieving those outward markers of success can actually lead us further away from what truly fulfills us.
100% agree.
And that brings us to Damon Albarn, Juan Luis,
Okay.
the creative force behind both Blur and Gorilla.
Oh, wow.
Talk
yeah.
about a musical powerhouse, right?
He's incredible.
It seems like he has this, boundless energy, this ability to just constantly create and reinvent himself.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's immune to burnout, wouldn't you say, Juan Luis?
Right.
But even Damon Albarn has his own way of managing his creative energy
Yeah,
and avoiding that overwhelm.
for sure.
It's fascinating, Juan Luis, because he actually thrives on having multiple projects going at once.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
What's interesting, Juan Luis, is that instead of spreading himself thin,
Right.
he uses a strategy that we call project cycling.
Oh, I like that.
It's like having all these different creative playgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll move between them, giving each one his full attention for a period of time,
Okay.
and then shifting to another.
So it's like he's preventing creative stagnation.
Exactly, Juan Luis.
Oh, I see.
By moving between these different worlds, Blur, gorillas, solo work, even operas, he's constantly challenging himself,
Right.
exploring new sounds, and just keeping that creative spark alive.
Smart.
So Juan Luis, if you ever feel stuck or just creatively drained,
Yeah.
think about Damon Albarn's approach.
Okay.
Maybe you don't need to start a whole new band or anything.
Right, right.
But perhaps there's a different aspect of your creative work that you could explore.
That's a good idea.
Could be anything. Juan Luis, songwriting, producing, visual art, even writing poetry.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes stepping outside of your usual routine can spark a whole new wave of inspiration.
Totally agree.
Now, Juan Luis, let's shift our focus to Liz Phair,
Love her.
an artist who has been navigating the music industry for decades.
Yeah, she's a legend.
Her story is all about resilience and reinvention, Juan Luis.
It really is.
The music industry is constantly changing.
Mm-hmm.
Trends come and go, and it takes a certain kind of strength to stay true to yourself while also adapting to those shifts.
Oh, absolutely.
What we love about Liz Phair, Juan Luis, is that she didn't let the pressure to conform define her.
Yeah, she did her own thing.
She went from indie darling to major label artist and back to independent,
Wow.
all while staying true to her unique voice.
That's amazing.
She embraced those different chapters of her career.
I think that's so important.
And that's such an important lesson for you, Juan Luis.
Yeah,
It's okay to evolve, to experiment, to change directions.
for sure.
Your creative journey doesn't have to be a straight line.
Right.
It can be a winding path, full of unexpected twists and turns.
Absolutely.
What Liz Phair shows us, Juan Luis, is that you can stay true to your core
Yeah.
while also allowing yourself to grow and change.
Mm-hmm.
It's about finding that balance between honoring your past and embracing the possibilities of the future.
Love that.
Now, Juan Luis, before we move on, we want to introduce you to someone we think you might relate to.
Okay.
This is a fictional character that we've created,
All right.
but we think their story speaks to a very real experience for many aspiring musicians.
Makes sense.
Imagine an indie artist named Alex Rain, Juan Luis.
Okay. Alex Rain.
They're just starting out, full of passion and dreams.
Hmm.
They're determined to do everything themselves.
Oh, wow.
Writing, recording, booking gigs, promoting their music, the whole shebang.
The whole 9 yards.
Sound familiar, Juan Luis?
Yeah, I can see it.
It's that classic DIY spirit, wanting to have complete control over your art and your career.
Right.
It's admirable.
Mm-hmm.
But as Alex Rain soon discovers, it can also be a recipe for burnout.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The constant pressure to do everything, the financial strain, the feeling of isolation, it all starts to take a toll.
I can imagine.
It's like they're trapped in this cycle of overwhelm.
Right.
Constantly chasing their tail, but never quite catching up.
Oh, that's tough. It's exhausting.
It's like that saying, Juan Luis, you can't pour from an empty cup.
I love that saying.
You can't create from a place of exhaustion and depletion.
So true.
Eventually, you just hit a wall.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to Alex Rain, Juan Luis.
Oh.
They hit that wall and realized that something needed to change.
Right.
They couldn't keep going at that pace.
It's not sustainable.
They couldn't keep trying to do it all alone.
Yeah.
What's important here, Juan Luis, is that Alex Rain eventually realized that asking for help is not a sign of weakness.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's actually a sign of strength.
Yes.
It's a sign that you're willing to prioritize your well-being
Mm-hmm.
and your creative sustainability.
I love that.
And that's something we really want you to remember, Juan Luis.
Yeah.
It's okay to reach out.
Yeah.
It's okay to ask for support,
Please do.
whether it's from friends, family, fellow artists,
Yeah.
or even a therapist. Having people in your corner can make all the difference.
100%.
It's like having a safety net, Juan Luis.
Right.
Knowing that you're not alone,
Mm-hmm.
that you have people who understand and support you, can give you the strength and the courage to keep going, even when things get tough.
Totally.
So Juan Luis, as we wrap up our deep dive into musician burnout,
Yeah.
we want to leave you with a thought that might seem a bit paradoxical.
Okay.
Sometimes, burnout isn't just a sign that you're doing too much.
Interesting.
It can also be a sign that you're not doing enough of what truly lights you up,
Oh, wow. I like that.
that you're out of alignment with your creative purpose,
Right.
that you've maybe strayed a bit too far from the things that bring you joy.
It's like you're off course a little bit.
It's like your soul is sending you a signal. Juan Luis,
Yeah.
a little nudge to say, hey, remember me. Remember that thing that makes you come alive.
Yeah.
Let's do more of that.
Love it.
So if you're feeling burnt out, Juan Luis, don't just try to push through it.
Yeah.
Take some time to reflect, to reconnect with your why,
Right?
to ask yourself, what brings me joy? What makes me feel creatively fulfilled?
Such good questions.
And then, Juan Luis, do more of that.
Yeah.
Prioritize it.
Absolutely.
Make space for it in your life.
Yeah.
Even if it means saying no to some things.
Right.
Even if it means shaking things up a bit.
That can be scary, but so necessary.
Because ultimately, Juan Luis, your creative journey is about so much more than just achieving success.
Couldn't agree more.
It's about expressing yourself, exploring your potential, and connecting with something deeper than yourself.
Beautifully said.
And that, Juan Luis, is a journey worth taking.
It really is.
Even with all its twists and turns and occasional bumps in the road, we believe in you, Juan Luis.
We do.
We believe in your talent, your passion, and your resilience.
Yes.
And we know that you have everything you need to navigate this journey and create something truly amazing.
You got this.
We hope this deep dive has given you some insights, some encouragement, and some practical tips to help you along the way.
For sure.
Remember, Juan Luis, you are not alone.
You're never alone.
There's a whole community of artists out there who understand what you're going through,
Yeah.
and we're here for you too.
Always.
Always cheering you on, always believing in your magic.
Keep shining.
Thanks for joining us on Louise.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.
We can't wait to see what you create next.